I love that you love it.
Yeah.
I love to just talk. Not always, though.
I know.
You wouldn't know that. But, okay, so what are we talking about today? Burnout?
Salon sisters, not competitors.
Yes.
Well,
I remember us talking about this, but.
I have struggled with such in the past.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right?
I mean, I think I started at a younger age than you did in this industry, right? Like, I was 18.
I was...
Okay, you know what I'm thinking?
Well, because I went to nail school for 18 years, and then I went back and got my cos license.
So I don't know how it goes with nails either, but like for hair, it's obviously it's always been so cutthroat. And I have worked in places where like where I was the new girl, and so other people...
How awkward.
Horrible. Other people...
So mean.
There was a specific gal who was a stylist at the same salon as me, same age as me, but she had been doing it for 1 year where I was brand new.
Right.
And like I would get booked with someone and let's say her book was full. So I would get the next call in or whatever.
Okay.
Well, let's say she would have a cancellation during that same time. She would just come up to the computer and take my client off my book and move it to hers.
That is definitely not the way it works.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. It is so...
And yet you can't say anything, right? Or do you?
I don't remember back then.
I'm sure you probably didn't.
Or
you just thought, oh, that's just the way it works.
Well, I thought she was kind of mean. I was just like, wow, this she's not messing around. But I always tell my kids too, people they're not going to remember what you wore or how good you were at sports or any of that, but they are going to remember how you make them feel. And I never want to be the person I'll never forget the way she made me feel.
Right.
And so I have always used that throughout my career because that was obviously, like I said, at the beginning of my career. And so I would never let myself make someone else feel that way. And I just wish that more people would.
I'm talking for you.
It doesn't have to be...
You know how people do that? Does your mom do that? Do you do it as a mom?
No.
You know, when people talk...
I know what you're talking about.
That's what
I don't do that.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think more people need to know. There's plenty of clients to go around. We don't have to fight.
Yeah. I think for me as well, I did not know what I was doing as a business owner when I first opened. You know, I had my 5 girls that came with me. I said, guys, I don't know what I'm doing. Help, we got to figure this out together. Right. And that's when we came up with, we're going to make it happen. And I think this is how I do in real life too. And it's hard, but I just look at, would I want to work weekends? No. Would I want to miss my daughter's play? No. I don't want to be told what to do, when to do it. I don't. And so I've never ever have raised my team like that.
Right. And I think that has been, so Studio M just does not have a big turnover. Like people stay with you.
Right.
Like your employees, your girls.
But you know what? It's not my salon. It's our salon. And I've always looked at it like that. So
I feel like that's where it's not even competition. It's just like you don't even have to compete for other salons in the area, like to get, you obviously, like I said, you retain people and employees, but it's just because it works that way. So it's not even,
and you have to find your own space.
Be a real thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, and I tell them when they come in, you're either going to love my salon or you're going to be like, it's nice, but it's not for me, because it definitely is its own vibe.
Right.
And if you're looking for a place to go that's more quiet, more quaint, that's not ours. Even up to the point you go into the head spa, that's when you get, your tranquil, and it's quiet and stuff. But up until then, there's a bunch of action going on, and all our clients love it.
I have people that come in and they're like, this is such good girl time. Like we're all in here and hanging out and talking.
Yeah.
They just love that.
So the reason why I believe that we should involve other stylists is because hopefully we can find like-minded stylists or salon owners that want to be in collaboration with us.
Right.
Instead of competition, because
because let's face it, we cannot all do we cannot offer every single service.
Right.
So
Well,
there are
yeah.
so many times where I might
Spray
not be
tans.
the best. Yeah, I might not be the best person for you to go to for X, Y, and Z.
Right.
But I want to be able to help you. I want to be able to tell
Yes.
you where to
Yeah.
go to get better. And so I love that.
That would be so cool if we could like reach out somehow, you know,
Yes.
email and just tell any stylists or owners if they would love to come here, and maybe we could like have a little brunch beforehand and just start to connect that way,
Right.
and then have them be a guest.
Yeah.
And
love
then,
that.
I mean, who knows? You just, and this is another thing that I've learned and I have taught Sophie, always keep your pride, your dignity with you, because life does circle around. I mean,
Oh my
full
gosh,
circle, because you
yes.
never know. What do they say? Don't leave on bad terms, or because
burning bridges. I don't know. I know what you're
oh
talking
yeah. That's what I
Don't
was
burn any
thinking.
bridges. I don't know.
Yes, because honestly, just maybe a year ago, one of the salon owners that I used to work for years and years ago in Upper Sandusky reached out to me, and we did some work together.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just never know.
Oh my gosh. You know, I think about that a lot with, this is sort of off topic, but I think a lot back to like my early days of doing hair and like how many people's hair I probably effed up. And
Are we allowed to say that?
I said effed.
Okay.
Okay. So anywho.
Pretty girls don't talk like that.
Oh, okay. Anyways.
Sorry, mom moment.
Well, okay, so Findlay is not a big, in the grand scheme of things, not a big town, not a big city, you know? Like people
Well, it's huge to me coming from Cary.
well, yeah, gosh, I'm from Ross. And
Oh,
we don't
that's
even
true.
have a stoplight.
Yeah, that's
But,
true.
like, for me to still work here, I think about this all the time. People could be like, that girl is still doing hair. Like, she messed up my hair back in 2010 or whatever. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think they think about that.
Well, I worry about that.
But is that your OCD?
Oh, maybe. It could be. I don't know. I think about it. I was just thinking about it in the shower last night.
Gosh. I mean, I guess I have random thoughts like that too, but to actually keep it in my brain, don't worry about that guy. That kid.
What kid?
That you messed his hair up.
Oh, it could have been. I don't know anybody specifically. It could have literally. I'm just saying, like, they're probably still in Findlay, and they're probably, if they ever come across, they're like, oh my God, well, I hope they know I made it, because I think I made it.
Well, of course.
I'm
You made it.
good. And if you ever want to come back, I promise I won't mess your hair up this time.
Guarantees on that?
Well, I mean, I'm really a lot better than I was back then.
Oh, yeah. So I think that writing or reaching out to other salon owners, stylists,
Yeah.
even if you're not in the hair industry, but, you know, a boutique owner or, you know,
Yeah.
anything in Findlay, because I think just sticking to small towns, because Findlay offers just as much as any bigger city offers.
Totally agree.
They really do. And our talent is just as good
Absolutely.
as bigger cities.
Right.
And I think that my hope is that salons can start collaborating, and maybe if, I don't know, let's say somebody that spray tans, we could do like different events where, you know, you can bring your service in, and
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, fun.
so
Yeah.
it's really just getting the word out there of what each salon does, you know, because
Right.
I don't even know.
Oh, yeah.
And because there's so many heads for everyone, you know,
Right.
fingers, toes. And like I said, the sky's the limit in this industry.
Right. Definitely it is. It could go so many ways.
Speaking of that, did you look into the tats? The tiny tats?
Yeah.
Would that not be so cool? You should probably ask,
That would be so fun.
like, audience.
Oh, if they would like.
Yeah.
For her to come on here, you mean?
No, for you to learn how to do it.
That, oh my God, we were not on the same
I'm
page
like,
at all. Okay, yeah.
giving you clues.
So I would love that. I mean, it makes me nervous, but I like a challenge. So I think it would be so fun if I could do the tiny tattoos. But I don't know where I would even begin. So if anybody knows,
that's what I was going to say.
I need help on that. Because I have into it, but I didn't get a very friendly response. So
rude.
Yeah.
So rude.
Yeah, so that would be so cool if anybody knows how.
And we are definitely licensed for tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
if
it's Courtney.
anybody knows how I can get into that at all. I don't want to be like I can't do some.
Well, you're not allowed to practice in my salon if you're not top notch. So.
Well, right. Of course, I would never. But I'm not going to be like covering up your tattoo that Joe Schmo back in 1983 did in like the back of his van. So
yeah, we're talking like tiny tats, like frilly,
girly,
like my tat.
Yeah, fine line tattoos, I think is what we're talking. Yeah. She could use a little freshen up.
Hey, I noticed you have the same one as me.
I know. How funny is that?
Did you copy me or have you had that?
I've had this for so long. I was probably 20 when I got this.
I got me, my mom, and Taylor before she went to college. We all got these. Oh my God, my mom was such a baby. Hers looks like a common now because she wouldn't let them finish it.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, it's also not that painful. That's dramatic of her.
She's pretty dramatic. Hey, but if she can get her eyebrows done,
yeah,
and act like that, if anybody else out there thinks that it hurts,
oh yeah,
yeah. If my mom can do it, crying over her little tiny tat,
yeah,
I think everybody. Yeah.
Also, they have a lot of numbing cream.
Right. And we've got to get Courtney on here. We haven't even talked about Courtney.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Courtney's definitely got to get on here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Probably after she has the baby.
I think she's probably a little preoccupied. Right? She was literally, today's Wednesday. Today is her due date.
Then they're letting her go over.
Yeah.
22nd? Or maybe.
I don't know.
Something soon. But anyways, we will have her in August, I think is when she's coming back.
Yeah.
So
fun.
Courtney is our
aesthetics.
Yeah, let's see. Well, her name is CB Aesthetics, which she has her business in Studio M. So but we all collaborate as one.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
It's perfect.
Our clients started going to her, and then her clients started going to us.
Yeah.
And now, when we were remodeled, Courtney was like, I only asked one thing, and I was like, oh God, And can we keep the waiting room the same? Don't have two separate waiting rooms. Have one great big waiting room. Because my clients love to talk to your clients, and I like us all meshing like that. And I was, that's amazing.
I love that. I never knew that.
Yeah. Because I always felt like I wasn't able to give the ambiance that, you get at other places.
Yeah.
And it's just, it is what it is until we can buy a building.
Yeah, but I like art.
Right. And I just think that people like that.
Yeah.
Because it's who's behind the doors too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anybody who, wants to come on this podcast, I think would be so fun to have them on.
Right.
And we have every form of social media that they could get a hold of us on to let us know.
Yeah, and that's all you because I don't really know what they are, so you'll have to tell them.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they?
Oh, you're asking. Okay, no, I thought you meant I had to respond. Okay, so no, you can get a hold of us on Facebook or Instagram, or just call the salon and talk to
what's
Jody.
the number?
Okay, don't put me on the spot.
419-425-8666. And that is Studio M in Findlay, 2018 Tiffin Avenue, Suite
B. 2. My DoorDash says Suite B. And the DoorDash
is it B? No, it's 2. It's now you're making B second. It's either B or 2.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun.
So, but we are on Instagram, Facebook. Look for us on Pinterest and YouTube. That is going to be where you will want to watch the videos.
Yes.
But Morgan is going to continue doing the reels, and we're going to call it something like, well, you tell.
Yeah, the break rooms to the Studio M, or the break room at Studio M. Something we haven't come up with, quite nailed it down yet, but we have. Oh my gosh! And you don't get to experience this, but like me and the girls there, it is a party every day.
And that is their space, not mine. I do not go into their space. As long as they're not talking about me.
No one's ever talking about you. It's
my
favorite.
Yeah.
I don't like to double book clients because I like to have my time in
I
between
love
their
that.
processing so I can go talk to my co-host.
Well, then raise your price. No. I love that, though. I love that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Sophie doesn't come home and tell me anything. And I said, do I need to know this? Does it make or break their employment? No. Then I don't want to know.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not anything like about me or whatever, but I need her to know what happens in the break room stays in the break room.
Yeah.
However, we do need little snippets, TikToks.
It would be...
Everybody loves that, so keep that up, okay?
So fun. I definitely will.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, well, I don't know. I think that we kind of got pretty much what we are looking for, right?
I think so.
Anything, just to share your story, your life.
Yeah.
If you have a new product you want to introduce, if you have, I don't know, anything that you want to get out there. And
if you want to teach me how to do tiny tats.
That. If you want to just come and hang out with us because we're so cool.
Yeah.
That's fun too.
I heard we're not supposed to say cool anymore though.
Oh, well, I can't keep up with the terms these days. Anyways, we will talk to you later.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye. Sign off. I've always wanted to say that.
What'd you say?
Sign off. Is that how that is?
10-4. Over and out.
Burger. Burger 19. We still listen to the CB, right? The trucker CB?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Wonder Woman, they would call this lady Wonder Woman, and here she was her neighbor. Yes.
Her neighbor could talk to her. What? Is this a show?
Like on the CB.
Or in real life?
Real life. Back in the day. I don't know how that worked or whatever.
It still works because my kids still have walkie-talkies.
So like truckers would say Burger 19 or something like that, and it would go to whoever had CBs. We never had CBs.
Right.
It was my friend had a CB. I forget how it was, but anyways, we found out that truck drivers were saying like, calling Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman.
And it turns out the trucker was her neighbor. No.
Wonder Woman is our neighbor.
And
he was trying to call her to be like pick up because he wanted to hook up.
Oh, he was trying to get...
That's how you did it back then. You don't just get on Tinder or whatever. Plenty of Fish, is that something?
Oh
you know what I mean? Like there's hookup things. So that's, I think,
Plenty
how it
of
works.
Fish. That's so...
Yeah, that was beyond me.
No.
I met my husband
I logged into... This has nothing to do with the salon. I think you're still recording. That's fine. I one time looked at my husband's email at 3 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. And there was an email from Plenty of Fish. And so I tried to log on to his Plenty of Fish account, but I couldn't. And so I made a fake profile and tried to message him on there, and he didn't message me back. So.
What if you have?
Oh, well, then we would not be married. We weren't married at the time.
Oh.
I mean, he hadn't been on it in years. I just was like, why are you still getting...
Okay, so why did you even look in his...
Because I couldn't sleep.
I don't know how many times I couldn't sleep, and the last thing that I want to do is look through Brad's phone for an email that I might find, then I have to do something about it.
You see how far I was reaching because
Were you like ready to get out?
No.
Oh.
I had already looked at Instagram. I had already looked at Facebook. I had already looked at text messages, all through like his photos. And I was like, what else could be left? Well, is he getting emails from some bitch?
Well, were you insecure?
Yes. Yeah, I had a lot.
Are you still insecure of it?
Oh, yeah. Probably.
I know that you, yeah. But then I just didn't know if sometimes, is it because he maybe...
Doesn't talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just never know how he's feeling.
When he walked down here, I was like, ooh, I like that outfit. My husband would never.
Well, it's sad. He probably needs therapy.
Yeah, he needs therapy. I think I'm his therapist, though, so I think he's good.
Does he listen to you?
No.
Well, he's probably listening. Don't you think a little bit?
No. He's cute.
Brad always acts like he does it, and there's so many times that he'll say stuff, and I'll be like,
Yeah,
They are way smarter than what
Yeah,
they act, but
that's
I guess we do the same too, though, you know. Oh, I don't know how to screw that light bulb in. Well, but I think you and I are the opposite. It's if Brad does not do it in a timely manner, then guess what? It's going to get done, and it's probably going to get done wrong or broken, and then he's going to have to fix it. So,
Yeah.
so that leads me to so many stories. At the salon that I would spend nights.
And then he would.
And then
Or
because it was bad.
So funny.
Like the will was there, or it just
the heart, the drive with it was your intentions were good.
they were so good until they were, and then it was like when Brad walked in and he was like, "Holy shit!" He goes, "You're not kidding." And I said, "I've been telling you for months, this place is a disaster. I had brooms."
I never saw it.
Because you never came in probably on Mondays or whatever.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And then it's funny, when we kicked in, he kicked in.
Got it.
And then he
Kicked it into high gear.
then he got a hold of that whole salon scale and all that stuff, and then he's not stopped.
Which is good.
And-
I like it.
Oh, that's why I swear everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
I needed to realize I need him in my life. I could not have
Were you thinking you didn't?
I seriously thought that I could do the salon by myself.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was so tired of waiting on him. So I was like, I'll just hire somebody, right?
Right.
Okay. Because I know how much money we have in our account. Wrong.
Right.
I didn't at the time. And then one thing kept happening and we kept pushing it off. And it was like every Monday I would be like, "Sorry guys." And you guys were so patient until you weren't. But Brad needed to see that too. So anyways, he kicked butt. And when he started going through our finances, then we realized that, oh crap, then I got in big trouble. But that's what kept us connected.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I wouldn't have gone through that horrible time and it to get as bad as it did without, my point is I realized that I needed him.
Yeah.
And then he realized I had been crying, begging for his help
Yes.
for over a year.
Right.
And he can't deny that because I'd be like, I need to know my numbers. There were so many things that I was learning that I knew I didn't have. I knew I had the culture. I knew that, we had the new services coming in. I'm not a salon owner that gets very many, if any, calls because you guys did a bad job. You know what I mean? So, anyways, we worked together and here we are.
Yeah.
And
Perfect. It looks beautiful now, so.
yes.